Hawaii's volcano eruptions are gentler than most of the other volcanoes around the world, and the edges of active vents are more acceptable to the public. This allows people to come visit and pay their respects to Pele, Hawaii's goddess of volcanoes.
Around 1823, two missionaries, William Ellis and Asa Thurston, came to visit Kilaueo's boiling lake of lava. They were the first Westerners to do so and later described Pele's fiery lava lake in magazines. Piqued with interest, many travelers came to see it firsthand.
Lauren Thurston was the publisher of the Honolulu Pacific Commercial Advisor at the turn of the century and loved to explore the volcano, along with discovering a giant lava tube, which was later known as the Thurston Lava Tube. He was inspired to make this area into a public park. It was until August 1st, 1916, President Woodrow Wilson signed the country's 13th national park, now called as the Hawaii Volcanoes National Park, into existence.
Currently, the Hawaii Volcanoes National Park now protects 520 square miles of the island's volcanoes and its ecosystems, and is a refuge for their surviving native plants and animals. Hawaii Volcanoes National Park is a wonderful place to visit since it is one of the only places you can visit active volcanoes and is home to many endangered species. However, every visitor should respect the island's park and be aware that rules are to be followed for everyone's safety.
When visiting Hawaii's Volcano National Park, drones are prohibited. They can disturb wildlife, interfere with the park's observation, and bother people trying to enjoy nature's sounds.
After the eruptions and earthquakes have died down, the park finally opened to the public again around August 2018. However, visitors should only use open trails and roads.
Closed roads are dangerous because there are many holes and cracks on the ground. Some part of park's surface could collapse at any time.
Stay away from close edges and be aware of rockfalls.
It will be great to have some protective glasses on hand because volcanoes' ashes are now present in many areas.
Do not hike at dark because of new hazards on the island.
And lastly, every visitor should take the Pono Pledge. This is a vow to stay safe and ensure the park's incredible geologic, nature, and cultural resources to still be appreciated by future generations once taking the Pono Pledge.
Not too long ago, it was during early May of 2018, a deadly incident caused by an eruption occurred at the park.
Hawaii is known to have many active volcanoes, and one of them is the Kilauea volcano. It was erupting in two places, the summit and the Pu'u'o'o.
Many events have happened, like the crater floor of Pu'u'o'o rising, then collapsing a few days later, earthquakes occurring, and 20 fissures in total that opened in the East Fifth Zone and caused major damages to the surrounding area. In fact, lava flow from Fissure 8 began to flow towards the northeast and to the Kapo'o Bay, and even added 875 acres of new land to the island of Hawaii.
The earthquake created from the eruption left enormous fractures, and other damages to the roads and surfaces of the park.
Currently, the Hawaii Volcano National Park are mobilizing a team of experts, and they will come in to do a thorough assessment of park damage, road damage, lava tubes, water lines, and historical structures like the 1790 footprints in Kilauea crater. The mission of Hawaii's Volcano National Park is to protect, conserve, and study the volcanic landscapes and associated natural and cultural resources and processes, and to facilitate safe public access to active volcanism, diverse geographic settings, and wilderness for the public education and enjoyment. 5 areas of business the park is responsible for are resource protection, visitor experience and enjoyment, maintenance, and management and administration. Under resource protection, invasive species are threatening Hawaii's native ecosystem. Back in the 1800s, pigs, sheep, goats, and cows were brought over to Hawaii by Westerners. So the park's primary strategy is to control these invasive species and monitor the natural recovery of native species by involving many recurring tasks like inspections and repairing fences. Hawaii Volcanoes Resources Management work to protect and maintain natural resources of the park. Recently, the park is having a problem with visitors trying to take some rocks from the trails. It sounds silly to be worried about, but these people are stealing from Hawaii's natural resources. Going back to invasive species, the parks are trying their best to prevent fires from happening. Some invasive plants are not heat resistant and catch on fire easily if ignited by lava flow. This is one reason why the park wants to control the invasive species in the area. Under visitor experience and enjoyment, the park management are providing park activities for visitors that have a safe and educational experience while vacationing at the park. Examples are interpretation, visitor center management, in-park concession management, and etc. Under faculty's operations, these include all activities required to manage and operate the park's infrastructure on the daily. These activities include checking on buildings, roads, trails, utilities, and campgrounds. Under maintenance, their goal is to prolong the life of park assets and infrastructures by repairs, replacements, or rehabilitation of the park's assets, such as buildings, roads, trails, utilities, fleet vehicles, and equipment. The last one is management and administrations. This is part of the park management that does all of park-wide management and administrative support activities. It includes all park communications and external affairs activities, park-level planning, human resource management, information technology, park leadership, and financial management.